Hello starters, welcome! I'm Binkabi. Time for another Lorwyn draft. Since we did pretty well last time, I thought it would be fun to do another. Let's see. Okay. This seems like a pretty good pack. I mean, we have a Torch Runner, the trio seems pretty good, Changeling, Dowser, Eye Blight's Ending. What I would like to do, but this pack doesn't support it at all, is to go blue-red elementals. But there's nothing that gives that away. So we can take Elf, Merfolk, Goblin, Kithkin. And really, I just don't like this at all. I mean, the creature is solid, really solid, but should we try Goblins? Or, I'm gonna pick the Dowser. Screw it. I mean, you can take basically anything, but I think this card is highly underrated. Well, we get a Sig River Guide. That has to be pretty good to take here. So let's see. Had we taken Eye Blight's Massacre, we would have followed that up with nothing. Had we taken the Kithkin, we would have followed that up with probably a Kithkin. Had we taken the Torch Runner, we would have followed that up with nothing. That doesn't mean anything, but okay, that's pretty good. Works with the Dowser. We don't have to be a Merfolk to get this going, but I think I'm just gonna take Sig. I mean, it's a fairly strong card. Goes into Merfolk obviously, and you just don't get to play with rares that often, so let's try to make a blue-white Merfolk deck going. So still, had we taken Eye Blight, we would still have nothing. This is a few more goblins. Pilfers is pretty good, but still not insane. And I don't recall what the last card was anymore. Yes, okay, so Kithkins would still be pretty strong, but we have the Tutor, which is pretty good. And we have this one, which I think is also pretty underrated. But I think it will wheel. White Merfolks is not that insane. But this is what I mean. Super good elemental. I want to try it out. I'm not sure how I'm gonna squeeze in another draft, but I will try to. I will take the Harbinger and be content with that. Alright, well, here's the first sign of Ferris being somewhat live. We got a Whirlpool Whelm, which is pretty strong, I think. We could take Spellstutter Sprite, we could take Thieving Sprite, hedge a bit. I don't think it's that good to play Spellstutter Sprite unless you have a good amount of fairies, because you won't get that many 1-drops or 2-drops. You just won't snag it up. I think we just take Whirlpool Whelm. Yeah, it's not the best card in the pack, I don't think, but it's good enough that it's not worth going into another color for it. We could take Vivid Creek here. Lingify is probably the best card here. Changeling's pretty good too. I'm gonna take Vivid Creek. We might not wanna play white or just splash it, or we might wanna splash something else, and a Vivid Land is really good for that reason. So we got the somewhat bad counterspell. I'm gonna win. Okay. What do you do? Okay, so it's like a healing solve. No. No, just no. What did you do? 3... Yeah, sure. I mean, that's fine. It's better than all the other cards here. It probably is the best card in the pack. Maybe, yeah, This is probably better, but not for this deck. Elvish Promenade really late, but that's kind of the thing. If you take this early and don't get elves, it's just really bad. So here we have nothing really. We can take Fertile Ground, we can take a bad fairy, or we can take the combat trick. I'm not certain how good this will be in a deck like this. I'm gonna take it, see where we end up. Here we have another Lingify. I mean, we could do some solid work with Lingify, since we will most likely be able to island walk through in one way or another. So Lingify could definitely be something that we could be interested in. Sure. So here we have a twig, and we have elves, a lot of elves, not sure why. And we have a twig that could solidify a potential splash. Sure. I'm not certain we will splash anything. We will see. Merfolk has kind of fallen off here, but that's also the problem. It's not that likely that each pack is stacked with just Merfolks, so could take this. Yeah, this looks good enough. I don't like the card in general, but since we're looking at a few island walkers, that could actually be, it could be sweet. So the life linking Merfolk did not wheel, or is it the next pack? Huh. I'm gonna take the nap here. It's not super good, but it's fine. Just that you have to take a hit is pretty bad. Sure. Okay. Yeah, whatever. It might be playable. Elvish Promenade last. Okay. So the life linking Merfolk did not, or life gaining Merfolk did not wheel. So does that mean that there won't be any? Holy crap! Foil Primal Command, a Dread, a Muldrifter. Yeah. I think we just take Muldrifter. I mean, this is super strong, and we do have a solid green base here. So we could play like green, blue, Merfolk, Elves, Tree Folks, I don't know. We could take Dread. Which is pretty good, but I guess we can beat Dread. I guess we're content with taking a Muldrifter. I mean, it's not like I'm sad having a Muldrifter and a Cloudgoat Ranger and a Tapper and another Whirlpool Whelm and a Nameless Inversion and geez, Drowner of Secrets. This is a tough pick. The last one was also pretty tough, but I mean, Cloudgoat is just a very good card by itself. Drowner of Secrets would go into this deck perfectly. Angler is basically the same, and none of these will wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no chance. I'm kinda tempted to just take Cloudgoat Ranger because it's just so good. And we are looking to play white. Drowner of Secrets might be better though. It might just be better. Wow, this is really tough. I'm gonna take Cloudgoat Ranger. I'm not certain that that is the right pick, but the synergy is important. I know that, but the raw power level is so high on this. Horde of Notions. That would be a bit hard to cast. But an Angler is perfectly fine. I'm happy with that. Other than that, what do we get? Like some fairies, a bad merfolk wizard, a bunch of elves. Sure. Angler it is. Then we got Ponder, we got... Ooh, a Lash Out. That could be a splash. Not that Ponder is bad, but I mean, this is a solid piece of removal. We do have Vivid Creek, we might pick up another Vivid Land, and then it will be pretty solid, I think. It's a bit stretchy, I guess, to play like double white cards, a lot of blue and a red card. And Ponder would help with that, but I'm not a fan of Ponder in Limited. I'm gonna take Lash Out. It's a good card. Pestermite, Neck Snap, Shimmering Grotto. Okay. So I think we just take Neck Snap. We will be sneaking in. I kind of felt like Merfolk wouldn't be coming around this pack, but it's going fine. We can pick up our white cards in this pack, and maybe like... Oh, Pestermite is a good card by itself. It doesn't have to be in fairies. But Neck Snap I think is the best for me. Goat Napper! Kinda cool card. So what do we get? Get a Torch Runner, but it's not that. That I won't splash. There's a Weed Strand. We could have been 5-color good stuff. I don't really want to play another Architect's Will though. I don't see this being good. I'm gonna take it anyway. Yeah. There's a Tar Pitcher. We could have done basically anything besides what we were doing, and this pack would have rewarded us. And we play... Or do we play the Cleric? Maybe we play the Cleric. We'll see. Another Elvish Promenade. Holy smokes. But I think this is also a problem with the flashback drafts in general. If you just... I don't know, let's take Needle Drop, I guess. Yeah, sure. This one is pretty good. We don't need another Wondrous Twig, I don't think. Sure. If people... Really? Okay. That's fine by me. If people just pick good cards at random without thinking about the synergies, this is kind of what it looks like, I think. No one can take Elvish Promenade because you're not that deep into elves. No one can take the other good tribal cards because you're just not deep enough. And for me, who is trying to draft Merfolks here, it turns it really hard because it's hard to see what archetype is open because people just pick cards. I'm not saying that this is the case this particular draft, but I mean, after drafting Shadows of Innistrad like 15 times, you kinda know how you should proceed. But the first time you didn't really know. You could get a late something and be happy. And I think that's kind of the problem with older formats. You kind of need to know. Remove. That's a pretty good card. I wonder if it's better than Crib Swap or Meragery, which would be good and kinda important to the deck. It's not that important, but pretty important. It really isn't. We have standalone good Merfolks and a Merfolk tutor that can get us our Protector, our good combat trick, our tappers. It's not, probably not. But is this worth taking? 4 hoofprint stags, so it will maybe give us 2 4/4s. I think that's good enough. It seems like this could be getting out of hand really quickly. And enchantments is enchantments. It's not that easy to do anything about. So what do we get here? We get the Aquitects, which is pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. We get the Fallow Sage. We don't have any way to tap them down right now, do we? Not really. Yeah, we do actually. We can tap it with our own tappers. I think this is probably slightly better, but double blue could be an issue. Probably not. Let's just take it. I think this is great because it activates Island Walk, and it gives Island Walk, and it's a onboard combat trick that doesn't cost me anything basically. Jeez, how many elves? Another neck snap, another crib swap, and I still don't think this is that good. Pestomite would be nice, Spellstar would be okay. I think it's between crib swap and neck snap. This kills everything but gives them a 1/1. And neck snap in multiples gets worse, I'd say. Crib swap has to be better. You can also use it on your own stuff, I guess, if you really want to. Sure, let's take crib swap. Jeez, how many elves are we gonna have to pass? We could have gone into elves. I mean, we have an elvish promenade and stuff, but take the 2-drop or take the tapper. We already have 2 tappers. We can only have so many. Let's take the Merfolk. Incremental growth. No one cares. Okay. And we get another Whirlpool Whelm. We need to start cutting stuff. Glimmer's Nap can probably go. And Aquitect's will also go, probably. Let's see, Hoofprints, Neck Snap. This one we don't have to play either. Removal. Stuff, more removal. We don't have to splash anything either, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to take this and that we will play it, or if we're just gonna take it because that's what is given. Could also like slam incremental growth and go into fairies or elves in the last pack because no one wants it apparently. 4/3 flying. Okay, well we can probably make that happen. Most likely. Second incremental growth. Come on, that's just. I'm gonna take that. We could definitely have been green in this draft. I'm gonna take another cheap Merfolk. Are we gonna play Fairy Trickery? It's not impossible that we do. Overall, I think this deck looks pretty sweet, but it does pain me to pass all the. No, that's just horrible. It was not the one I thought about. Sure. It does seem pretty sweet, but it pains me to pass all that, all those elf cards. Elves usually is a highly drafted strategy, I think. So we don't have to splash Lash Out. That might be, We might have enough cards that we want to play, so that might be bad. Could take Shimmering Grotto to make it work. Last pick Leaf Killers, sure. Okay. Basically, we could put in all of these and bring out Lash Out, and then we will have a deck. We won't play any of these. You're just bad, we're not playing you. No. We're not splashing anything else, I don't think. And I want to pass blue cards because I'd prefer if my opponent already played blue. Guiltleaf Seer, last pick. Sure. Okay. This is awkward. I'm not certain. I mean, we could have gone into elves and just have basically the best deck ever. 2 incremental growths. We would have had 2 elvish promenades. Where are you? We would have had a few rares and uncommons. I don't remember all the names. I mean, we already have, like, if I had this as my start from the first pack, I would be pretty happy, so that's kinda unfortunate. So this is what we're looking at. I don't think we cut any creatures because we need all of them, but they're really good. So our path to victory is fly in for damage and island walk in for damage. We have 3 flyers, 1, I guess 2, 3, 4, 5 island walkers, so that's fine. So what we need is to defend ourselves, and to defend we have 2 3s, 2 tappers, the ability to give protection, -X, prevent some damage. It looks alright, I have to say. We have 1, 2 removals, some tempo spells. We're gonna splash Lash Out, I think. And then we're gonna play Wanderer's Twig. Oh. Jeez. Are you gonna stay there? No. Just give me a second here to fix this. Alright. So we're gonna play all our creatures because we kinda need to. So we have 13 creatures, but we have Hoofprint, so that's 14, and that's enough. That makes me pleased. Then we're gonna play Wanderer's Twig, and we'd Creek to be able to play Lash Out, which I think will be a good splash. For that we will need a mountain as well. That gives us 3 sources, more than enough. This also helps with Cloudgoat Ranger, which is good. So we have 2 spots left. We have this, which I mean, the -2 -0 part is not super relevant, but losing creature types, that's something that could be pretty broken. But I feel that's more of a sideboard card. How many Merfolks do we have? Because if this doesn't draw me a card, I'm not playing it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's just enough to justify it. Since it replaces itself, I think it's that's what giving it the edge over these. We won't be sitting with mana open for that, not that much, but I do like a counter spell. This works well, I guess, with the anglers. We have 1, 2, 3 removals. The tempo spells works well with Fairy Trickery as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play. It has a bit harder mana. It's a bit harder on the mana, but that has to be okay, I think. 5 planes. We're gonna play Vivid Creek. That gives us 7 white sources, 12 blue. Is 7 white sources enough? I kinda feel that we can go up 1. 10 blue sources right off the bat will make it so that every 4th card will be an island, so we should have 2 islands turn 2, turn 3, and that's kinda when we want to have it. Yeah, okay. And Vivid Creek. Alright, let's try this out and see if we can get something going. So, thanks for watching. I'll bring you the first match.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoy this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat.